Welcome back to Making Food Monday. This week, Malia has requested that I make a dessert, so we're gonna go back to dessert. It's been a long time since I made one, and we're gonna give this a try. I didn't even know you could make this in here, but we're gonna try to make some bread pudding. For today's recipe, you guys, we've got sugar, salt, nutmeg, rum extract. You can actually use dark rum, but I actually have the extract, so I'm going to use that. I've got macadamia nuts because I prefer those to pecans, but the recipe does call for pecans, and raisins if you like raisins, but we're leaving those out because we don't like them. We've also got butter, eggs, cinnamon, heavy whipping cream, half and half, vanilla, and a loaf of French brioche bread. It's a sweeter bread than regular, so we're going to use that. And that's all that's going on in our recipe today, guys. Okay, first step today is to get our bread cut into cubes. Okay, now our recipe says that we need 7 cups of these bread cubes. So I'm just gonna kind of pack them in here and dump them into this bowl that I've got. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's pretty close to 7. We're just gonna stuff it all in there and call that 7. Okay. To save you the trouble of having to count that yourself, that is just 1 loaf of brioche bread. You don't have to count that by the cupful because I just did. Just use the whole loaf. Okay, now we're gonna add half a cup of macadamia nuts, or pecans if that's what you're gonna use, to our bread cubes. And then we're gonna mix those up really good and get the nuts and the bread kind of mixed together. Okay, now in a separate bowl, we're gonna add our eggs, like this. Okay, to the eggs, we're gonna add 1/4 cup of sugar. And we need to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Yep, I already put it in there, guys. I totally did that without recording it. That is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And now we're just gonna whisk those together and get them really well combined. Next, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. We need 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. And we're also going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. We need 1 1/4 cups of half and half. You can also use milk for this if you don't have any half and half. There's 1 cup and 1/4 cup. Now we're going to whisk these together. Next, we need to take 2 tablespoons of butter and melt it, like that. Okay, now we're gonna take our melted butter and we're going to drizzle it into the custard while whisking. So we're just gonna drizzle it in while mixing this. Here comes the fun part, you guys. We get to take the custard and mix it right into the bread. Now gently, we're just gonna make sure that all of our bread has got some of the custard on it. Okay, now even though I've got a non-stick pan, I don't fully trust it not to stick. So I'm gonna go ahead and coat it with some non-stick cooking spray just to make sure that my bread pudding does not stick to my pan. Okay, now I've put a nice big piece of foil under my pan, and the reason that I did that is for 2 reasons. I don't want any of my custard to leak through my pan, and I also want to have a nice grip to be able to pull it out of the pot when it's finished. So I put a nice big piece so that I could grab it on both sides and lift it in and out of the pressure cooker. And I'm gonna take a nice big piece of my foil, which I happen to have non-stick foil. If you do not, you can just spray your foil. That would be fine too. You're gonna wanna wrap it really tight around the top of your bread pudding. Now we're gonna add 1.5 cups of water to the bottom of the pot. There's 1.5. Now I'm gonna place my trivet at the bottom of my pot. And now that I've got it tightly wrapped around here and I've got my sling underneath, I'm just gonna pick it up and set it right in there on my trivet. Just like that. Kind of fold those down out of the way. That way none of that steam that comes around it is gonna get into the bread pudding and make it soggy. So it's protected in there. And now we're ready to seal it up. Okay, for this one, you guys, we're gonna go with our chicken function because that's our high pressure. We're gonna bring the time cook up to 30 minutes. That's gonna give our custard plenty of time to set. We're gonna push start, and then after the time comes down, we are going to let it naturally pressure release for another 15 minutes. You guys, I was just cleaning up after I put everything in and I realized I did not put my rum in my custard. You're gonna wanna put, if you get a rum extract instead of a dark rum, you're gonna wanna put 4 tablespoons of your rum extract in your custard before you add it to the bread. So even if I opened my pressure cooker now and tried to add it in, I've already messed it up. So make sure and add your rum. It's not gonna be like ruined if you don't add the rum. The recipe says you can omit it and that would be fine, but I really wanted to put this in. Okay, now to make the sauce, you're gonna need a saucepan. You guys are gonna have to forgive my old beat up saucepan. We've had these since Daddy and I got married 13 years ago, so it's had its share of use. Okay, so to make our sauce, we're gonna need 4 tablespoons of butter melted in our saucepan. I'm just gonna put this butter on medium heat and let it start to melt. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of sugar to that butter. I'm gonna whisk those together as that butter melts. Then I'm gonna add 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream. 1/3 cup. I need 2 tablespoons of rum extract. There's 1, and there's 2. And 1/8 teaspoon of vanilla. That's 1/8 teaspoon. And then we want to get this mixture to a very low boil. And then I'm going to reduce my heat, let it simmer there for about 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, now that it's been about 7 minutes since I let this sit here, you can see that this is significantly thicker. It's changed consistency quite a bit, and I think it's just about done. Okay, the time has finished, and I just discovered that it takes approximately 15 minutes for that to fall because it has fallen already. All right, let's see what we got. I'm gonna grab that really quick while the steam is away and put it down. Open it up and see what we have. Aha, we do have perfect bread pudding. Yes. Got it all done, and it's plated. Now all I need are my
guinea pigs.
Do it.
Guinea pigs! 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Oh, hello, guinea pigs. Oh, it's a mine guinea pig. Come on in, guinea pig. Unlock. I love it. Oh, look, a backwards one. Hi, backwards guinea pig. Who thinks it smells awesome?
Me!
Everybody thinks it smells awesome? Guys, I forgot to put the rum in the bread pudding.
Yay, no rum,
The
no
whole reason
alcohol.
I picked this recipe was because it had rum.
What kind of pirates are you guys?
Just rum flavoring, by the way. It wasn't real rum, but I forgot to put the rum flavoring in it. So, who wants to taste it?
Me!
No, he doesn't have any rum, so never mind.
I can't wait!
Oh, baby can't wait. Well, he better go first then.
Yo.
Ooh. Careful, it might be hot, okay? Is it good? Do you like it? Good. You're gonna give me some thumbs? How many thumbs are you gonna give? Sideways thumbs? Thanks, man.
Me. I can't
I was gonna say who's gonna go next, but Mia says she can't wait. Mia first. We're all gonna taste it without the sauce first, and then I'll put the sauce and you guys can taste the sauce, okay? You don't like it?
Texture.
Do you not like the way it feels in your mouth, or do you not like the way it tastes?
I don't like the way it tastes.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, Nano's turn. Is it good? That's not a good face.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
It doesn't have any flavor in it. Like there's no flavor. I'm eating like mushy bread, honestly.
Okay, fair
There's no
enough.
flavor.
Okay, wait for the sauce. Hang on. Dad?
I already got the sauce.
Dad has the one that I used for the picture, so he already gets sauce. But here, taste mine that doesn't have any sauce first.
Okay. So my thing with bread pudding is that I always call bread pudding soggy bread. Because to me, that's all it tastes. It's just soggy bread. But, let's see.
Soggy bread.
I like the texture. It's not like, it's not mushy. It's not overly mushy. It's good. And definitely with the
Mine is like weird.
macadamia nuts on top of it, or in it.
Mine's not smushy.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Mine's
of,
not smushy.
there's a contrast in texture, let's put it that way. I like it. I think it's gonna make a huge difference with the
Not smushy
sauce.
anymore.
All right, Dad. You're
Alright.
gonna do the first taste with the sauce.
The sauce. Here it goes. Oh, that's a good smell. Woo! Rum. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
That's not real rum.
No, but I think too much rum. Too much rum flavoring.
Aww.
I think it's a little bit overpowering. It overpowers everything. That's sad, but still edible. It's still really good. But it's like boom, rum.
How many thumbs are you giving it, Dad?
I'm sorry, but I have to say one thumb, and it doesn't get two. I think it gets two. I think it gets one.
It's edible, but it's not good.
It's not like it's not good. It's just the sauce. I think by itself it was fine.
You don't like it with
I
the
think
sauce?
it needs a sweeter sauce. This one has. I think the rum just ruined it for me.
Okay, I'm gonna have these guys taste the sauce before I put it on their bread pudding. In case they think the same thing Dad does, I don't want to ruin their pudding.
Okay. Water.
I don't think they like it.
Water. Right now.
You need some water with it?
What do you think, Nano? Look at Nano's face.
I take it you guys don't want any sauce on yours.
That was right. Rum. And I've never had rum. So that's just like poop. I'm gonna not punch myself.
Do you want to punch yourself with a taste? Do you want to have a taste?
Love it.
Stick your finger in. Have a taste. Taste it. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Can I have some sums for it? I get a sum?
Oh,
Thanks, man.
Oh gosh.
That's really good, huh?
I love that.
That's really good, huh?
Yeah. We need to taste this bread with no beans.
Oh, I took the beans out for you. Yeah. Jackson doesn't like any macadamia beans in his. Okay guys, my final thoughts. This is really disappointing to say, but I do not like it. Now, the bread pudding by itself is okay. I really like the addition of the macadamia nuts instead of the pecans because I really prefer macadamia nuts to the pecans. I really like the texture of the macadamia nuts in the bread pudding. However, I don't think the bread pudding is sweet enough. Maybe I'm just used to having really sweet bread pudding, but I also really do not like the flavor of the sauce with the bread pudding. Now the sauce by itself is really good, but for some reason when you combine the sauce and the bread pudding, Nobody enjoyed that, including me. That was not good. Except the kid who won't eat anything. Jackson loved it. He thought it was amazing. He couldn't get enough of the sauce with the bread pudding. I don't know. I don't get it. But he really liked it. The rest of us said, not so much. I won't be making this one again. Maybe I'll try bread pudding again, but it won't be this recipe. I didn't care for it. Who thought that was delicious? Yeah. You didn't like the beans. It was really gross to you. And you thought it was okay, but the sauce was kind of a punch in the face. Would we eat that again? Should we try again?
I would try it again.
Mia says no,
I'll
bread
try
pudding's
again.
out. Baby says heck yeah, because he really liked it. He
And
ate
I
his whole bowl full. He ate it. As long as I took the macadamia nuts out, because he did not like the macadamia beans.
Although I would give it a second chance.
Yeah, okay, maybe we'll try a different recipe and see if
Yeah.
we can make it a little better next
The texture
time.
was bothering me, and the flavor.
Okay, so we'll just make sure you have something else for dessert that day.
It was like mushy.
Deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to make this channel strong, share it with your friends. And now, good night, YouTube. See you tomorrow. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now.